there plans to have another scrimmage for the spring game?
No, there's not. I mean, we honestly, we could take the rest of the time prior to the spring game with the days allotted and do individual drills the entire time. So I think the kids were a little disappointed because of the weather that we weren't going to have an opportunity to scrimmage, but we got a full practice in. We got all our team periods, all our group, all of our individuals. So we got as much out of today. I thought the kids did a great job. Not allowing circumstances that are outside of their control dictate their attitude and their behavior. So they did a great job.
With a week to go, are you pleased with how they've retained everything and where you're at right now?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I thought they did a great job competing today. And I mean, I want to sound like a Pollyanna to come in here every day and tell you that it's, sunshines and rainbows, but they're taking the information from the meeting room, going out on the field, playing hard, and we're seeing the precision, improve every practice. So from that standpoint, I mean, there hasn't been a day where you look at the film and say, man, we didn't get better today. So, I mean, it hasn't been by leaps and bounds, but we've been improving every practice.
What are you hoping to get accomplished over this last week?
Continued understanding of the scheme, and getting better from a technical and fundamental technique and precision aspect. Because installation's done, so now it's just about refining.
That's what I was going to ask. How much of the offense and the changes you want has been installed?
Well, the entire offense. When I say the entire offense, for what we were putting in this spring, everything's installed by today. But that doesn't mean that's all that we're going to see in fall camp in the season. But the base foundation of all three phases are in.
Did Powers Warren practice today?
He did not.
What's
lower body?
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you think he might return?
That's a day deal.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully by spring game.
How has Stephen been since he's been back in practice?
Whom?
Stephen Guidry.
Guidry, he's good. He's with the upper body deal. We're just kind of like Nick, just being patient with him. Don't want to, but he's put on 20 pounds of muscle since he's been here. Wow. I mean, he's very gifted athletically, and brings a great skill set to us. And he's been getting in on one-on-ones and doing some stuff. But
is there a time frame for him to say I'm 100% cleared now?
I think by fall camp. I mean, unless he has setback.
How have those three signees? How have they grasped everything, adapted to everything?
Yeah, I mean you're kidding around with them on the field. Say y'all should be getting ready to go to prom today. They're getting ready for practice number 11. But Wap has done a great job. Bouncing around a couple different positions. We got him settled in now at X. He's doing great in the classroom, doing great on the field. Marcus, same thing. Playing a little bit of nickel, playing a little bit of safety, doing some special teams. And then Steven, being the JUCO mid-year kid. So, if you're that kind of kid and that's what you want, and enrolling early, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it academically, socially, and football-wise. And those guys they've all taken advantage of that.
Austin Williams is another guy that's bouncing
around. He's done a good job.
Talk about him being able to play various receivers.
We got a couple guys like Swiss Army knife. They come in there, they play the X, the H, or the Z, and we kind of settle them in at the slot. Last couple of weeks here, but he's a guy that can retain the information. He's got speed. He got good change of direction. Excellent hands. He's a guy that we really didn't know anything about the majority of the guys from our perspective, aside from what we've seen on film and during bowl prep. But he's a guy that's kind of jumped out a little bit and done some real good things.
Is Murphy still working at punt return? Marcus Murphy? Is Marcus Murphy
punt return and kick return? Yes, sir.
Okay.
We got a group of 5 to 7 guys right now that we're working on punt return and kick return. He's in that group.
With this situation with Fitzgerald being out, how has Keaton been able to? I know his mindset is I'm the starter, I'm prepared as a starter, but what have you seen from Keaton this spring and how he's been able to handle taking most of the reps?
The thing that I've been most impressed with KT is his approach and his maturity. For being a young guy, he's kind of got a calmness and a poise and a presence about him, and he doesn't get rattled. And that's what he went out of the quarterback position, never too high when it's going well, never too low when it's going bad. So he's got a nice steady approach, and I mean that's not to mention his talented skill set. So I think his approach has been one that's been very impressive.
In past spring games, what do you actually gain from that? Or is it mostly for the fans?
No, I wouldn't say to a certain extent. It's you're putting them in the state. We'll be in the stadium for the first time and an opportunity to compete in front of the fans and kind of get used to how we operate on game day from a substitution and an operational standpoint. But generally speaking, the spring games I've been around for 20 years, I won't say tip your hand because to me, the general paranoia of showing scheme is a little bit overrated. But I don't think you want to go. I think you want to keep it simple. I think you want to allow them to play fast and be more concerned about their general assignment, their execution, and the fundamentals and technique than you are about trying to scheme it up.
Will you play divide the team in half and play it 50-50 type of game, or will you just divide it offense, defense, and that kind of stuff?
We're going to have two different teams, maroon and a white team.
Live kicks.
Sir?
Live kicks and punts.
We're going to do all phases of special teams, but because of the roster numbers, the maroon team is going to be always the live team, and the white team is going to be the one that's kind of the look team. So whatever the maroon team is doing, that's who's going to be the special team. So if maroon offense is driving, it'll be maroon punt. If maroon defense is out there, it'll punt return, and so on and so forth. Because we've installed all the phases. I think Coach Jones has done a good job with that. So we're not going to get too deep into it, but we want to get them out on the field. I know some people just put the returner, the kicker, and the snapper out there. We want to give these guys an opportunity.
I know Nick was here, obviously not 100%, but how's he doing just sort of picking up the offense and, understanding?
Yeah. Well, he's doing fantastic. I mean, I've been around Coach Bronner, 3 different schools now, and confident in his ability to teach these guys. And the number one, prerequisite for success for a quarterback in this system is, the ability to comprehend the system and apply it on the field. And I think Nick's, understands football incredibly smart. And, it's just, we're itching to get him in there during the team reps and allow him to do everything. But I think the way we're being judicious in our approaches will pay off down the road.
Obviously, you got a lot of competition at D-line, a lot of familiar faces back. Not only at that position where competition pushes everybody to get better, what other positions have you seen that competition carry?
I mean, at all of them, but I mean, you look at running back with Williams and Hill, and then the other guys pushing. Nick and KT pushing each other, the entire receiving corps. Because that's an unknown commodity, and that's a daily battle. Tight end. We got 3-4 guys in there that are working, and as you mentioned, across the board defensively. And I think that's one of the great opportunities for a team with a new coaching staff is that depth charts are written in pencil, not pen. And if you come out and you don't perform, and the guy behind you does better, then you'll move down on the depth chart, and the other guy will replace you. It's not rocket science. So I think the kids understand it. On any given Saturday, we're going to play the best 11 on offense, defense, special teams. So competition makes everybody better.